Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and I'm bringing you today something, well, especially rare. I don't think you have seen too many of these on your travels recently. It's actually a Triumph Herald estate car. It's the 1360 model from 1967. It was registered in February 1967. A particularly handsome classic estate car, if ever there was one. The brilliant thing about these Heralds is that they do come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, from the saloon car, probably the most popular, of course. They did a coupe. Oh, that's Ziggy just running past. They did a coupe with a slanting roof, a convertible, of course, Vitesse, the go faster version, 1600 and 2-litre engines. They started off in about 1958, I think they first rolled out, and they were very well loved in Britain. Now, this being a 1360, now the Clue 13 is the 1300cc, well, just under, and 60 brake horsepower. Now, it looks different from the earlier car. It looks probably more Vitesse-like with that bonnet line, but it's a beautiful example in a lovely royal blue colour. The bodywork is gleaming. Undoubtedly, it's had a paint job in its lifetime, because there's no way it would look as good as this. The interior is particularly nice, and the amount of service history and all the information that comes in the huge file is stunning. It shows remarkably just 2 previous owners, and I've been told from the gentleman who traded the car in today that one of the previous owners had actually owned the car for 45 years, remarkably. In fact, I believe he had had it for 45 years and he had died, and the car was sold from his estate. And I think that's how the previous owner had got the car from the estate. So it drives absolutely spot on. A real pleasure to drive. You can cruise at 60 miles an hour in one of these. And it probably wouldn't want to be going loads faster for too long. But of course, you don't really want to be in a rush if you're driving a Triumph Herald estate round. Let's show you the car inside as well. It's just started to rain, isn't that absolutely typical? Now there, see the way the windows, I don't have a frame around the top of the windows. Makes them very light and airy. Of course, the classic Triumph wooden dashboard, chrome, huge steering wheel. It's got a cover around it. It's really incredible condition, as are the seats. Can you see how nice they are? The rear seats are really good, and you'll see a photograph of them folded down. Undoubtedly, it's had retrimmed carpet in here, because that is in near an immaculate condition. Lovely door cards, good dash top, nice and original right the way through, with a headlining. Surely that's been retrimmed. That's in far too good condition for a car of this age. The switchgear is really good. You'll be hard pressed to find a radio, but somebody has retrofitted a little cigarette lighter plug, so you can charge your phone or plug in a sat nav if you wish. It does have a 4-way flasher that's been retrofitted, because that wouldn't have had one in the early days. And it has, I believe, an electric pump for the washers, which is a nice modernisation. But yes, beautiful inside, and I'm hoping my video picks up just how excellent the interior is. A real credit to the owners. Now the door gaps are always up for debate with these, because you've got this big folding forward bonnet which tilts forward to access easily the engine. Pretty reasonable door gap here, to be fair, for one of these. But of course you've got the bulgy bit out of the bottom, which tells me perhaps a bit of a door repair or replacement at some stage. Now, this is where it gets really practical. You really don't see this too often these days. Let's open up these 2 handles, and up you come. Now, how about that for a wonderful practical car? It doesn't take long at all to fold those seats flat. The dog's quite interested. In fact, any dog would be very happy in there. I might even be able to demonstrate with the dog that I brought into work today. Come on, Ziggy. Up, 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 up. There we are. Room for a Labradoodle. out you go. We don't let dogs in cars. And she is, well, look how good this condition is. I mean, this is wonderful. I mean, I don't know if that's been renovated or it's been original, but it's really remarkable condition. And under here, this is the spare wheel, and there is a jack that comes with the car as well. So I'll continue around the car, and in fact at this point I can slowly go around the car and show you that the condition is excellent bodywork. It really is lovely paint. No doubt it's been painted. The chrome is bright. This particular model had almost like a plastic cover, rubberized cover, and good overriders on the front, which I can show you. And let's go around this side. I hope the camera's picking everything up. There is a little imperfection here somewhere. You can see it from one of the angles. It looks like it's had a parking dent. Might be the other side. Lovely through this door, nice and straight lines. And down there you can see she's nice and straight. I think the only area I noted, oh yeah, really good through the roof as well. Beautiful, lovely, shiny colour, the royal blue. But if you look closely through, there's a few drops of rain here. You see this line here, just a little bit of bubbling here. And I guess what happens is that this chrome trim must capture water, and it does encourage it to bubble up a bit. But, you know, if I get in really closely there, can you see a little crack in the paint? I am hard pushed to find too much wrong with this because it really does present very, very nicely. If I get in close there in this crease, can you see there's a little discoloration? Lovely to see all the original badges in the right places. And the next bit, one of my favourite parts of these body off Triumphs, if you think about the TR6 and the and you think about, sorry, TR6, I was thinking of the Herald, the Vitesse, the Spitfires and the GT6s, not TR6. The way that you can perform the party trick, which is of course tilting this right forward, and then you get extremely easy access to all of the work you'd like to carry out. Now, somebody's done some nice work here. There's clearly a replacement wishbones. It looks like top and bottom calipers, discs on the front, and that caliper doesn't look very old, and it looks in very good order. And I can see new bolts here. Now, the previous owner had confirmed to me that he had actually fitted new bushes to the front suspension, correct bushes, not poly bushes, because that can make them ride rather hard. There's the top of the engine. That all looks completely correct with a CD Strongberg carburetor on the top there, little diaphragm beyond the dashpot. This car runs beautifully, just like it should. Powerful enough to get you where you need to go, and in so much style. I like the way that all this has been painted around this engine cover and the bulkhead. That looks very good. All looks like the correct colour to me. We can see the new bolts where the suspension's been done. Can you see those top arms there? This is why it rides so well, and remarkably it's even got its front valance, which is made of metal. A lot of those were long since departed, and people used to fit a fiberglass one. Now, I had the opportunity to have a look underneath. There's only so much I can do when I'm here on the concrete, especially when it's spitting of rain, but it's all very, very solid and undersealed under here. Now, the Achilles heel of a lot of these Triumphs is that they did suffer quite serious corrosion in their chassis. Well, having inspected this car's been looked after very well, and I appreciate with a camera angle you're not able to see everything you'd want to see, but we have had a look, and this car is in very good order underneath. The cars we sell come with a year's MOT, and then we carry out a fairly extensive PDI. So okay, you're looking at the car looking quite odd now with the bonnet open like that, but let's have another look round so you can see what this lovely Herald estate looks like. And I'm gonna go and sit inside, and let's have a quick look at this wonderful service folder. together. And this dashboard, look how good the switch gear is. Lovely period. Oh, I love this. Very, very smart. So well looked after and maintained so well. I've got the original Triumph handbook, which is not exactly in pristine order, but it is present. And a variety of works that have been carried out. So in December 2020 we had some new engine mounts, 2 of those, front suspension overhaul, £480, 2 front suspension ball joints, £373. Oh sorry, there's accumulated cost, so it's had £500 spent on it in 2020 basically. So new rear brake shoes and front disc pads, reconditioned front brake calipers and bled the brake system, replaced weather strips to the front doors, removed the gearbox, installed 2 new bearings and oil seals and reinstalled the gearbox, helped by Pete. 2 new tyres in August 2020. Last MOT test looked like it was July 2020 here, so the MOT assuming goes through to July 2021, but it will come with a new one. I think the dog's rather upset I'm selling the car by the sound of things, so maybe you can hear him crying. And what's lovely is look how far back the paperwork goes. It goes right back to, well, that one's the early 90s, and some of these look even older, to be honest. Look at that one there, that's 1982. Someone spent £189 in 1982 on it. And it just has the most wonderful old service book history of, sorry, when I say service book, I mean invoices that have been spent on this car over the years. The owner of 45 years did keep excellent paperwork with it, and batteries and bulbs even, and there's lots and lots for you to look through. I mean, all this provenance really does help when it comes to its resale value, because people like to know that a car's been looked after well. And there's lots and lots of information. And what's nice here is that someone's made my job very easy, because they've spoke about this tax-free MOT not required car, even though it does have one. Now the we've heard that in 2014-15 the £5,685 was spent to bring the bodywork up to standard. They've replaced the diff, a new spring carrier. So there's lots and lots of information about what's been spent on the car. In fact, there's more than one page, and it's just very, very extensive. So I think anyone who buys this car can buy it with the knowledge that certainly maintenance has been carried out, and it looks as if there hasn't really been a lot of expense spared. So I think in summary, this is one that you've got to come and have a look at and drive. We do offer a part exchange service. Obviously we prefer to have a classic car back, but we have been known to take some modern cars and 4x4s and even the odd commercial vehicle. There's a commission number down there. According to the club records there, apparently only 75 estate cars still exist, which is incredible considering how many Heralds are on the road. So I hope this little walk around video has helped give you an idea of just how lovely this little royal blue Herald estate is. Please get in touch if you would like to arrange a viewing. We offer nationwide delivery at competitive prices, and all the cars we sell go through our own workshop here in Hampshire. Well, thanks folks, appreciate you tuning in to my 15-minute video of this lovely Herald estate from 1968. Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out.